Hello, everyone. We're back. We're here. This one, there actually is some stuff to talk about because there was the Xbox games thing, the Sony one, the summer one, the PC one. I don't know if the PC one happened. I didn't watch it. I don't actually know if that happened or not. The PC game show.
I heard rumors, but I don't know if it actually did happen.
Right.
I saw on Steam that they had like the Summerfest going on.
Yeah, the summer game show happened. I saw that one. I saw the summer one. I saw the Xbox one in full, and then I saw like a highlights of the PlayStation one. Honestly, they weren't great. None of them. The best one was probably the Summer Games one, if you like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing they announced there? There was like two big things from that one. Resident Evil and something else. What?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I know the Grounded 2 is coming out, but that
was the Xbox one. Well, most of the stuff that I have written down is from the Xbox one, but I'll show you right now. The best things here. Let's see what we got. I don't know what that is. Firefighting Simulator. The Switch 2 has come out. It is not very popular. Persona, that was the one that I was thinking of at the Summer Games one. But like as far as big IPs, Resident Evil is like the only one besides like new stuff.
Beyond the typical like yearly COD release.
Well, I'm talking about specifically the Summer Games thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll start with the Switch actually because people hate it. I've heard people, well, first of all, everyone was already mad about like Switch 2
the price increase
being expensive, and then everyone got it anyways, and they've been using it for, it's been a couple weeks now, I think. Maybe close to a month, I'm not sure. No, it's been a couple weeks.
I think it's been about a week. I think it's only been like a week, maybe two.
Yeah, because we would have talked about it last time, so it must be within the last 2 weeks. The basic thing I've heard from people is they're like, yeah, it is about as good as the Steam Deck, just with it has a higher resolution screen, but performance-wise, it's the same. Like, technically, it's more powerful because of the higher resolution screen. Like, if it was using the same resolution, you'd get better performance than the Steam Deck, but because of that screen, it's nearly the same.
Yeah, and I heard it was something that was kind of funny is that I remember seeing online pretty much like day one the Switch came out, people already were getting like homebrewed programs to run.
I did see that
some
too.
Guy online was able to get like a graphics program to run or something.
Yeah, I saw that. I've also heard a lot of people be like, this already feels old. Like,
yeah, no, because like Nintendo releases hardware that is like 6-7 years behind the curve.
Yeah,
but then they charge like an insane amount of money.
Yeah, then like
the cheapest old hardware.
The only available Switch, because there's only the one kind, right? Or is there different storage types? I think there's just the one.
There's like the Switch and then like the Switch Lite.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm talking about the two. The
and
Switch
the
2.
OLED.
But the Switch 2 doesn't have an OLED. I think it's just the one kind.
Yeah, I think right now it is.
And it's like a couple $100 more than the cheapest Steam Deck. The cheapest Steam Deck is like 4 or something, 400, I think. And the only Switch 2 was it 600 or 700? What was it? Do you remember?
I think 600.
That's insane. And that's only, at least easily, compared to the Steam Deck, at least, only Nintendo games. Like, yeah, you probably could get something else going on there, but then they might brick you, you know?
Can you hear me? Yeah. If they decide, like, if you do something wrong, they can be like, oh, you don't get to use this anymore. Spend $600?
So, like, I literally don't see the point in buying one over a Steam Deck unless you are, like, only, like, you're one of those I only play Nintendo games type of people. That's like the only reason.
I just did a quick Google search. The Switch 2 with Mario Kart, the new one, costs $700.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's ridiculous. And you can get a Steam Deck for $200 cheaper that can play infinitely more games.
And the games are cheaper.
You don't get hardware banned if you do something.
And the games are cheaper.
And the games are cheaper because you get access to those Steam summer sales.
And you can play all those Nintendo games on your Steam Deck that you legally bought.
And you backed up your data.
Yep.
Which you're legally allowed to do.
But yeah, like there really is no point unless like you're just all about Nintendo games. There's no point in having a Switch. Like for me, so a Switch 2, maybe buy a Switch 1. Those are still good. But like I thought about it, but I didn't think about getting one day one, obviously, because first of all, there's nothing out. Like I don't care about Mario Kart. The Nintendo games I care about are Pokemon, Mario, and I guess Mario Party, but not enough to get a Switch.
And I enjoy those games, but I'm not going to drop $600 just to play those games. Like it's one of those like the incentive isn't there for me to buy a whole console.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially an overpriced console at that, to play like an overpriced game that I don't even have the actual game.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean, actually. I'm the same way. And it's like, maybe if a new Mario comes out and by that point they have one that's like $500 or less, I'll pick up a Switch 2,
Yeah,
but that's like the only reason.
If and when they drop like the Switch 2 Lite version, I'll maybe buy one then.
They also just need a game. Like the what's the selling game of the Switch 2? Mario Kart. Like,
yeah, and like, and speaking of Mario Kart, did you see the Sonic racing game that's coming out that looks infinitely more fun?
I did see that. It did look pretty good. More fun. I will say though, as far as Sonic racing games, I've always thought, and this one's kind of a middle ground, I guess, but I've always thought Sonic racing games shouldn't have cars. It's so much cooler with the hoverboards. Like that feels so much more Sonic.
No, I can see that. I get that argument.
And that's
because
like Sonic Riders used to be, yeah, because he always was like snowboarding in the games and stuff. So like it was like a natural thing because like the idea of a Sonic racing game is stupid. They're faster than cars running. So if you had to do it, it has to be something that's for style, and that's where the hoverboards come in. I feel like it just works, you know?
Yeah.
But that one seems like a middle of the road. Game, they got some good ones. They got the hoverboards in it.
Smash Bros.
Yeah, there was some
Smash
crazy
Bros
people in that game.
Hatsue Miku, Steve from Minecraft. Who else? They have Knuckles.
Yeah.
They have Joker from Persona.
Yes. That guy's in everything. I never played Persona, so I don't actually know anything about it. I just know that it's really popular.
There was something else that was leaked that I remember reading about. Keep talking and I'll Google this real quick.
Are you still talking about Sonic? Is that what you're trying to think about?
Yeah, the Sonic racing game. There's like another... Oh, yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, actually. The Ninja Turtles, because of the skateboards and stuff, really good one. But yeah, like I've just not heard good things about the Switch, and basically I've heard people be like, still get the Steam Deck, you know, like...
Yeah, I think the Steam Deck is the best portable gaming
for the console. Price. Definitely for the price. Like there are things that are more powerful, but those things that are more powerful, you got to deal with
the price of the Switch too,
and you got to deal with Windows.
Well, actually, speaking of,
yeah, that was my transition one. Not Steam, Xbox.
Yeah, no, even Steam. Steam is gonna They're releasing Steam OS.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
Like they're making they're adding support for like the ROG Ally and stuff, like all of its features and buttons.
Yeah, I saw that. And then also on the ROG Ally, there's the big Xbox one, and I felt like, here's the thing, right? To me, this feels so lazy. It feels like they just were like, slap an Xbox sign on your thing type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They probably did, but I feel like it's them like dipping their toes in the water because they don't want to invest the money and resources to develop a handheld from scratch.
Yeah, and
so they're just gonna
here's the thing though too. They're like thing showing it, I felt like was super confusing. Like I'm watching this and I'm like, so is it just a ROG Ally with some Xbox buttons, or like I had to literally Google it and go to the website to see. Store? Yeah, I was like, what am I like? What is this? Like I had to go look it up and watch other videos to be like, okay, so it does actually have its own OS. That is a thing that I was, because I was like, if this is just the Microsoft Store, that's lame. Like the Xbox app on PC is terrible.
Yeah. No, but it's their own thing. I think it would be kind of cool.
I think it will not be cool, but I think the next one will be cool.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And here's the thing about specifically Microsoft. They, I think, are the one people who have a chance of like getting a good share of that kind of area, right? Because like
handheld gaming.
Well, no, not necessarily that. More like portable PC, because you like the Steam Deck is totally different from the Switch. I feel like it's different. Totally different, like, what do you call it, markets, I guess.
Yeah,
but the reason is the reason the Steam Deck is so popular is because it's like, this is my Steam library, and the one thing that I think can get on that level is a handheld with Game Pass. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, imagine spending like $10 a month and having like near infinite games.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and like being able to download them and play them when you want.
Yeah. So I think Microsoft is the one that's set up to like make an impact in that market. You know what I mean?
I think so too. But like, I'm kind of happy that there's going to be competition.
I'm happy about that too.
Competition breeds innovation.
I will say though, I think that, I don't know if they put pricing out or anything. I'm assuming it's going to be at least the price of a ROG Ally, and I think that's too expensive.
Yeah, a ROG Ally is a bit much. It's about the price of a Switch 2.
Yeah, they're like $700-800 depending on. There's a bunch of different models.
Depending on which one you get.
I'm assuming the Xbox one would be one of the better models. But then also, Xbox is like in the middle of their Xbox Play Anywhere thing. Like not all their games are Xbox Play Anywhere, so like it's like half and half. Might be more than half. They're like pretty far through it. All new Xbox games will work on it, but they're kind of in the middle right now.
Games might be rough.
Yeah, because it's not any Xbox game. I mean, it's not any Steam game either on a Steam Deck. So
yeah, like I can't play Batman Arkham Origins on my Steam Deck.
Yeah,
flat out refuses to work.
So they have a chance. I think the next set of these though is gonna like be insane. Like the next Steam Deck is gonna be wild. The next whatever.
Yeah, I know.
They need a better name for this Xbox thing. The Xbox ROG Ally is stupid. Like, but I guess their console names are stupid too. So
yeah, they have the Xbox One, the Xbox Series S, X.
Yeah,
I don't even know them all. I can't even name them anymore. I stopped paying attention.
So they do have a chance though, because Game Pass is the thing to like profit on.
If I was still like an Xbox gamer, I'd probably be having Game Pass, because it just would make sense, especially because like being able to play like new games like without having to spend $60-70 is nice to be able to figure out if it's worth buying or not.
$80-90 now. And here's the thing too, like I think Game Pass is worth it on its own if you're just if you only play Call of Duty. Game Pass is worth it. Because you're paying, it's like $15-17 a year or something compared to $80. Like it's worth it just if you're a COD player. Game Pass is the greatest thing ever, because COD comes out every year. You know? Like,
yeah. You're saving money long term by not buying your games.
Mm-hmm. And then that's just assuming you only play that game for a whole year. Like, it's just like, Game Pass is amazing, really. I wish PC Game Pass was better. And I wish... I don't know. It's hard because, like, I just don't like playing games off of Steam. Like, not on Steam, I mean. So it's like, even if Game Pass was good, if I had to use the Microsoft Store sucks.
It does. That's one thing that Valve did right, is that they made the user experience so nice on Steam. It's very hard for other people to leave. Like, we saw the Epic Games Store and how nightmarish that was.
It's better now, but
I
it's...
hated the Epic Games Store. I hated
They didn't
using
have
it.
a friends list for years.
Yeah, or like, I remember every time I had to like... But clicking between like a library and home would like take 5 seconds to load, 10 seconds to load.
Well, I remember when
Which
I
is
used
ridiculous.
to when I used to play Sea of
Or like
Thieves a lot.
scrolling was laggy.
When I used to play Sea of Thieves a lot before it came to Steam, and I had to use the Microsoft Store and the Xbox app to like invite and friend people and stuff, it was a nightmare because like you'd like join my game, half the like if you DC'd or something, like half the time it would still think you're in someone's game, so you couldn't join. Or their profile wouldn't load, so you couldn't join. And if they invited you and you didn't catch the pop-up, you had to go through like 4 menus that take 30 seconds to load each to go accept that invite. It's just, maybe it's better now. I haven't actually used it since those days, like 2020-ish, but it was just such
annoying.
a terrible experience that I literally, when Sea of Thieves came to Steam, I instantly bought it on and never looked back at the freaking Microsoft Store.
That's funny.
Ironically, the best like not Steam store I think was Origin, and which is surprising because EA, but I thought it was better than Ubisoft's. I thought it was better than the Epic Games thing. I thought it was way better than the Microsoft thing. These days, the Epic Games one is probably the best. I mean, they give you free games. That's awesome. But, like...
Yeah.
It's just tough.
I haven't
to
used the
beat Steam.
Epic Game Store in a very long time.
I have not really either in a while. But... yeah, I don't know. Like, and then also, it's just, like, you want things on your Steam profile, like... Because if it's not,
I kind of like seeing my achievements and
my hours and things and stuff, like that's another. Like it's, I guess they do kind of have it, but like I feel like it's just more annoying to like people's profiles aren't fun to look at or anything on the other ones.
yeah. But Steam it does a good job as feeling almost like a social media platform and a games library, sort of thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
I can
and
browse
it kind of
Steam.
makes it fun, especially because like. It's kind of cool to see what the boys are up to, like what games they've been playing, and if they've done any achievements and stuff.
And that's another thing,
And then
achievements, right?
Being
Like
able to see like reviews on
reviews,
games,
yeah.
is kind of
Screenshots.
valuable.
The workshop is like a huge thing.
Being able to easily mod a game extends the longevity of a game like tenfold.
You bring up achievements. That's another thing. Like if I get a game and it's not on Steam, I don't care about the achievements. But if it's on Steam and I like the game, I'll be like, yeah, I'll try and get the achievements. But
Yeah,
even
that's
if I
kinda
love
cool.
the game, if it's not on Steam, I'm like, I don't really like. Why would I care about that? I'll never even remember that I have it. But like on Steam, sometimes I look at my games, and you have like your perfected games or like stuff like that, and it's
there's
like, oh, I remember
categories for
doing
it.
that.
Or even like on your profile, you can display them and show them off, like what games you've 100%ed and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
totally.
feels like almost like a MySpace but for gaming.
MySpace is a wild thing to bring up, but sure.
I don't know, if like in the sense of like it's semi-customizable because you can like add your different backgrounds and whatever, and you can like change what's being displayed on your profile and what people can view, and then the fact that people can leave comments on your Steam page.
Yeah, it's a good time. I love it.
Like it just makes the overall experience slightly more enjoyable.
True. Well, that wraps up our Xbox handheld thing. I think it'll probably do all right. But I think the next one is going to be where it really pops off.
Takes off, probably.
So we'll see.
I'm looking forward to the new Steam Deck, like a refresher.
Yeah, me
A
too.
refresher.
Me too. I love my Steam
be
Deck.
hyped.
Like I use it a lot. I go through phases, but I still love it.
I do too. I like to lay in bed sometimes and just game.
Yeah,
and
me
the fact
too.
that you can just like pause the game and put it to sleep, and then wait 5 hours and pick it up again.
It also
Kinda
helps me
nice.
play games that I wouldn't normally play. Because
Yeah,
like if
those
something's
are-
good for Steam Deck, I'll be like, I'll try it out.
Because sometimes like it sounds weird, but like the process of turning on the PC, sitting at your chair, waiting for Steam to boot up and whatever, it like all that extra friction makes it harder to game. Especially if you just want to like you're tired from work, you just want to sit down and do something, and then you have to wait for your games to update or your Windows to update. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, sometimes
Right.
that is
Oh,
annoying.
I gotta install drivers real quick before I can play.
Or like
And
today,
then by
I
the
literally
time-
was just trying to freaking load up Discord and it wouldn't.
Yeah, and then by the time you figure out all of your issues, you're like, damn, I have to go to bed now.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I do agree with that, but then like also, totally different side of things. It's like, you know, you turn your PC on, you're sitting down, you're like, I don't know about you, but like when I turn my PC on, I guess it's the same thing. Like, and I'm getting ready to game. Like I do it. Like sometimes I don't game if I don't have a lot of time because I'm like I'm gonna game for a gaming session. You know what I mean? Like I need a couple hours
Yeah.
to game. Otherwise, I'm not
Like, you
gonna
don't
even
wanna-
bother turning it on. So
You
like
don't want to get invested.
yeah, so like with my
You wanna
Steam
get
Deck,
there for 30
I'll
minutes.
play those little games. Perfect example we've said before, Vampire Survivors, where like I don't think I've ever played that on my PC actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time I turn my PC on, I'm like, let me launch Baldur's Gate or something like that, you know?
Yeah, it's something that actually needs the graphics card.
Yeah, so it's epic. I love the Steam Deck. Into the Xbox show, a couple things. Here's a big one for you, Bert. Did you see they announced a new Plague Tale game? I know you like those.
No, I didn't.
Well, they did.
That's hype.
I've not played the other ones, so I can't
I actually
Say
need to
much
finish
about
the
it.
second one.
but they
Because I was
announced it.
playing it and I got stuck and it made me mad, so then I stopped playing.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of those games, so I was like, oh, let me write this down. Plague's Tale Renaissance? Or
Oh,
Resonance,
shit.
Resonance, sorry.
It was the last one was Requiem.
So, could be fun. I don't know. I haven't played them. I have thought about playing them. I just haven't.
I think they're enjoyable.
Yeah.
I haven't played the first one in a while.
The Xbox showcase was honestly super disappointing. Nothing was there. Like, it was just a bunch of little things, I guess. Like, none of the big guys were there except Call of Duty, but I mean, who didn't expect Call of Duty? It's every year, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, Plague Tale. Another one is there's a Marvel game that is in like the same style as the Shredder's Revenge Ninja Turtles game that looked kind of cool.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, that could be fun. Again, depending on price, like that's the kind of game I'm thinking 30 max, ideally 15 to 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said
Outer Worlds 2.
yeah, I mean, those games are all right. Like they're good, but they're not anything special. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Grounded 2 was another one. Another one that I
High
think
on
is
Life
it's
2.
all right. Yeah, High on Life 2. Another one that's okay. There was an Invincible fighting game, and honestly, I thought it looked like lame. Like it, I don't know. Like to me, it seemed so choppy. Like it like hurt to watch.
I don't think I saw that video.
I mean, maybe it'll be cool, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess like it probably is going to be fun if you like fighting games, but it's kind of a shame that it's just a fighting game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what can you do? Here's the actual thing that I saw there that I was the most hyped for, and it was not on my list. I never thought it would happen. And even though I'm hyped for it, it's not like a huge deal. But I like 3D platformers, so that's why I'm bringing this up. A 3D Super Meat Boy game was announced.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
That looked pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. This reminded me of something else.
So
Did you see the
what?
the creator of Undertale released a new game?
I did, yeah. That wasn't at the show or anything though. That was just a few days ago.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that the Meat Boy thing was the thing I was most excited from there. Like, I hope it's a good
Yeah.
Steam Deck game, honestly.
I remember playing Meat Boy in like our road trip in the back of a car.
I love Meat Boy. It's a solid game. Yeah, so like that was it. I was very disappointed with the Microsoft one because I went into it, I was like, I'm so excited. I want to see Gears of War, I want to see Fable, and I want to see Halo. None of them.
Yeah, none.
I was like, I'm probably not gonna see all of them, you know, like, but let me list 3 so I can get one, you know. Nothing, not one of them. And then I will say though, they did kind of show Gears of War. They showed that they are remastering or something Gears of War 1, which is kind of cool actually. I might pick that up.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
So we'll see. I really want to play the new one that's a prequel because I've never played any of them. So if I like that, I'll pick up the remakes, you know?
Yeah.
And then
I remember trying to play Gears of War, but not understanding it. So like,
yeah,
my little brain just zoned it out.
Everyone hypes it up. This is the perfect one, I think, to start with. Like, it's the reach of Gears, you know?
Yeah.
But, and you know what was even more toxic? There's big controversy about this. Did you see it, the controversy, or no, about the Xbox show?
No, I didn't.
So at the end of the show, they go, that's it, everyone. Good times. Next year's Xbox's 25th anniversary. And that year's going to, not exactly these words, but they're like, that year's going to be good or whatever. Next year, you'll see Gears of War, Fable, Forza. They start listing off everything that we wanted to see and didn't see.
Why not do it now then?
And then,
that's a
big troll here. So this needs some backstory. There have been leaks for the last 6 to 8 months that there is a remake of Halo 1 being made that will probably come out next year. So everyone's like,
I remember you mentioning it.
Everyone's like, they're gonna talk about it like at the Xbox thing, you know, because if it's next year, they're gonna announce it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the show, they say all those things. And on our 25th anniversary, a legendary franchise that has been with us since the beginning and helped launch Xbox. And then they go, so let's show them one more thing. And then Call of Duty's trailer played.
Wow. Dude, Call of Duty was... I would say Halo was the reason why the Xbox
No, he was talking about...
because of COD.
He was talking about Halo. He had to be talking about Halo. That's the only Xbox franchise that was there day one. But... I think it was just like in like terrible writing or like I don't know how that got past them. Like they were just saying this is all the stuff that's happening next year. By the way, here's one more thing. But like the way it was worded, it was like, oh my god, this is gonna be Halo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they were like, before you like, let's not forget this important franchise that's been with us since the beginning. Oh, and before you guys leave, watch this trailer.
Yeah,
and then they play COD.
So everyone was like, "You're kidding me? How is that happening?" So. That was so sad when that happened.
Yeah.
But maybe this is just the Halo community coping, okay? But there's one more chance. The Halo World Championships is in 3 months. And there were also leaks that they had some kind of announcement they wanted to make there. So maybe, you know?
Yeah.
And plus,
hopefully.
like, he did, without saying the word Halo, he basically said there's a new Halo next year. Like, probably the remake, not actually new, but he's like, these are the franchises coming next year. And he listed something that's been with Xbox since the beginning and launched the original Xbox. So, like,
yeah,
they have to freaking announce it before next year, don't they?
Most of they do it like, surprise, here's this game that's coming out right now.
Yeah. So it was just so crazy. It's like he said, like, been with us since the beginning, and now one more world premiere, Call of Duty. It was so sad that I didn't see anything I wanted to see. But I will say, based on what he listed at the end there, next year is going to be insane for gaming. Fable, Gears of War, possibly Halo remake, GTA. Like,
yeah,
that's a big year.
I'm excited about.
Next year is stacked in, at least specifically for me. Those are all games I want to play.
Assuming they don't get delayed.
I mean, GTA already got delayed once, and it's set for May. So I think even if it gets delayed again, it'll still be that year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Halo hasn't got a date or even an announcement that it exists. So I'm assuming it probably won't get delayed because they can just say the end of the year still, you know?
Yeah, since they haven't set a date already.
Yeah, Fable could go. I could see Fable getting delayed just because they've barely showed anything of it. Gears of War, same thing, I guess, but I don't know. We'll have to see like the next round of trailers before we know anything. Yeah, but basically everything I wanted to see wasn't shown. Sad day, but what can you do? Anything you have to talk about?
I recently installed Arch Linux on one of my PCs. And I've been using a tiling manager, or learning how to use one. That's been pretty interesting.
That sounds
I'm
fun.
waiting. I recently interviewed at a company for an internship.
Hell yeah.
I was waiting for them to tell me yes or no.
Any gaming stuff you've been doing lately?
Off and on playing Oblivion.
Okay, Oblivion's fire.
I've been working on the Mages Guild quest line.
Back when the Mages Guild was actually in the games and they didn't have the dog shit College of Winterhold like Skyrim. I guess you don't know what I'm talking about, but
I know the name, but I don't know the difference.
The toxic thing about it, right? Is I'm gonna tell you some Skyrim ranting here. Magic is the worst part of Skyrim. It's so annoying because magic is awesome.
Oblivion seems like it has so fun. It's like you can make your own spells. No idea how it works, but you can do it.
Oblivion's magic is definitely better than Skyrim's. But in Skyrim, the whole game you're playing, and people are like hyping up the College of Winterhold. They're like, it's this legendary college where the best mages in the world teach, and you know, there was a huge disaster at the college where like someone did something crazy and blew up all of freaking the town that it is in. So now it's just like a tiny town and the college barely like on this cliff. It's really cool looking. Mm-hmm. And then you finally go there eventually. You're like, oh my god, like this is the place to learn magic. You learn one spell and it's a block, which I mean, it was cool. You take one class, you learn that spell, it's fun, and you're like, holy shit, this is cool. I'm starting out, I'm learning, I'm going to classes, I'm learning. And then they just take you into a dungeon and you don't even need to use magic for anything. Like you could just do the whole thing with a sword. Like there's no, and you're not taught any more spells. Like
that's funny.
And then you come out of that dungeon and then you own the college.
Wow. You own it?
Yeah, you're in charge.
They're like, this guy, clearly he knows something that we don't. Let's make him the headmaster.
It's like, I just learned one spell here and then killed everyone with a sword. Why am I in charge of teaching magic?
That's funny.
Yeah, so
one thing I
big
did
disappointment.
on my Oblivion run was I did the like what's that armor set that you get for like walking, like the Trials of the Nine or whatever,
right?
With the gauntlets. I did that, and it kind of is upsetting me because the armor is really good. And I haven't found good armor beyond that, but it's annoying because I want to be like a thief. But every time I start stealing shit, I got a pop-up being like, the gods are taking note of your actions.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And then it removed the armor off of me, and I had to walk around the entire world praying to the altars.
That's so funny. That's hilarious. But I guess that's like pretty much everything. This is a really short one. I thought we'd go longer, but like no good games are announced. So
yeah, trying to think. I've been playing another Crab's Treasure. I just started that.
Well, I've heard of that, but I don't even know what it is.
It's like a Dark Souls crab game.
Oh, you know what? You might have told me that actually. That might be where I heard of it.
Maybe it's kind of. It looks nice. It has like elements of a platformer to it too,
right?
Which kind of makes it a bit different.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
cool.
very far, but I don't have too much to say.
I guess Killing Floor comes out next month, so
hopefully that's good.
They've put a couple more things out. It looks okay. Yeah, like looks fine, but nothing crazy. I'm also still just upset. Like, it has 4 classes, I think, and they're 6-player games. Like, why not launch with 6 classes at least? I mean, the last game has like 10 or more, maybe. But like, if you like, don't launch with all of them and add them over time, but launch so you can have every person be different at least. Like.
Yeah, it's true. It is kind of weird.
And they don't have my favorite class either, so it's like, I'm probably just gonna wait. I don't think I'm gonna play it when it comes out, because the stuff they said they're gonna fix isn't gonna be fixed on launch. They said they're gonna take time to do that, which is stupid. And the class I want to play isn't in the game either. And even if that stuff all was there, the game still just looks all right. Like, I'd still rather play the second one, is what it's looking like.
It's funny.
I don't know.
Or tragic.
I think I'll probably try it at some point, and I think what's going to happen is I'll play it for like a week or 2 and then go back to the second one. That's my guess. Maybe it'll surprise me and I'll get addicted, but
like the second one's better.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I think that's really what I'm like, oh wow, this is okay, but I'm going back to the second one.
Yeah. That's funny. There's one game that's coming out that I'm kind of interested in.
What's that?
Called Deada's Disco.
Okay.
It's kind of like so like I liked Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
Which is like a rhythm fighting game.
I know what it is, yeah.
And it seems pretty much like a version of that with like disco music and like hand-to-hand combat.
Right, that's cool.
There's a demo out on Steam that I have yet to play.
Nice.
That's a game I'm looking into.
Well, that should be fun, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, next year is going to be stacked. Like, I'm excited for next year.
Yeah, next year is going to be insane. I'm going to be building a new PC just to keep up with all the games.
Yeah, same. Next year is the year to build a PC for sure. I'm thinking around January-ish, February,
Yeah, I want to do it earlier rather than later.
I just want the 50s to go down a little bit. Like, and I'm like, right now, there's nothing that I can't run as good as I want to. So I'm like, fine waiting for now. But I know like the next set of games is going to be like, I'm going to have to be on low probably. You know what I mean? So I want to get in before then.
Yeah, and I don't want to wait until like a week or 2 before GTA comes out, because I feel like it's going to be hard to find.
Well, GTA is not coming out on PC, probably. It never does.
That's true.
But I want to be able to run Fable, I want to be able to run Gears, and I want to be able to run this Halo remake.
Yeah.
And
I'm actually kind of
that should be fun.
curious. I wonder how good they'll make the Halo remake look.
I'm hoping that they do like the Oblivion thing, because I don't want it to feel different otherwise. Like, because that's like the big thing of Halo is it just has
the way it feels.
Like, I really think the most fun part about Halo is the physics. Like, just the way shit flies around and interacts with each other is the best part.
No, I agree. I think it's pretty funny that a grunt can throw a grenade at a box and that box kill you versus the grenade.
Yeah, and that's what makes the vehicles so fun too. Just the stuff that happens to you when you're in vehicles.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Their physics is what makes Halo so good, and their interactable environments help.
Yeah,
a lot in that, because like pretty much everything in Halo that you see that isn't bolted to the ground
is jump onable. Yeah, like there's not that like fake shapes,
invisible wall, or where you can't jump on a trash can.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the game determines you're not worthy.
Also, I feel like underrated. Halo has some of the best AI in gaming.
No, I think so too. Like, even like going back and playing the first Halo.
Even Halo, like they feel so smart on Legendary.
No, they do. And like it's so cool that you like when you kill an elite, that you can watch the grunts run away in panic.
Yes.
Or pull grenades out and run towards you instead.
It's so cool.
Like, you don't really
or like when your shields are down and the elites rush you and you're like, he knew.
Mm-hmm. And or like even when you die, they do a little victory celebration.
What happened to AI? Like 2001, Halo had amazing AI. Up to Halo Reach, honestly, their AI was still good.
Yeah, like it felt fun and like kind of not realistic, but Like there was thought behind the enemy's actions.
Exactly.
Versus in a Call of Duty game where the people that shoot at you hide behind cover and it just
They
feels
just
like you're
pop out, go in, pop
you're
out,
just,
go
you're just
in.
looking for targets to shoot versus enemies you're fighting.
Yeah, like when you're playing Halo and you're in a shootout, I feel like you use the whole zone. You know what I mean? It's not just you use this one piece of cover and take turns shooting at each other.
Yeah, because in COD, you normally hide behind one or two things, and then they throw grenades at you if you're behind cover, but then you just move to the other cover. But in Halo, the elites and grunts will move around you, and they'll surround you if you're not careful.
Yeah, especially when there's more than just elites and grunts, and you have jackals or hunters or something.
Yeah. And then it's cool that the jackals stay away from you.
Yeah,
Even if you get close to them, they'll try to back off to keep distance.
true. It's such a good game. And it really does feel I don't know, there's such a huge difference between the units in Halo, compared to other games where it's they're all enemies.
Yeah, you have to handle each one differently.
And it's not just, this, the red one has more health or something like that. They literally are different. Grunts
with a grunt,
versus
you can
elites.
use whatever gun to kill them. Aim for the head, they'll die in one or two shots. Jackals, you have to hit their arm,
Yeah,
the side of their shield.
You gotta do the double
to,
shot
make them
thing,
flinch,
the flinch
and then you gotta
headshot.
hit their head. And then the elites, you gotta use the energy weapon to break their shield and switch to a kinetic weapon to actually kill them easily.
Yeah, and when they get close to you, they're so scary because they can just punch you, kick you, one hit death. They actually feel like you're equal almost.
It made the game feel dynamic, and you had to kind of be.
And then they all attack
all these little
differently
elements
too.
combine.
Yeah,
all the elements combine together and make the game feel better.
Yeah, it's
versus
such a
one type of enemy that fights the one way.
Yeah, I love Halo.
And then all the AI stuff plus the physics.
Yeah, it's just insane. It's
it's
plus early Halo games, at least specifically 3. Actually, I feel the level design is just so good. But I guess that kind of wraps things up. We're just saying Halo's awesome because it was, and it isn't anymore.
Yeah, we're just nostalgic.
But thanks for checking in on the show, guys. Bert?
Thanks for listening. Keep it salty.